Okay, welcome back to my class. Today we'll discuss a very important topic, and that is the problem of excess demand. Let us see what is the meaning of excess demand. Excess demand refers to the situation when aggregate demand is more than aggregate supply, corresponding to full employment level of output in the economy. Question arises, what is the level of full employment? Full employment is a situation where aggregate demand and aggregate supply both are equal. If aggregate demand and aggregate supply both are equal, that situation is known as the level of full employment. A full employment situation is a situation, it is assumed, where there is no involuntary unemployment. It means all the available resources are utilized at the level of full employment. But beyond the level of full employment, if aggregate demand increases, that may cause excess demand into the economy, and the gap between the actual aggregate demand and the required aggregate demand corresponding to the level of full employment is known as inflationary gap. So let us explain the excess demand and inflationary gap by taking one diagram. We can draw one diagram over here. So we can take income, output, and employment on x-axis. We can draw this AS. This is 45-degree line. We can take AS, AB and AS, aggregate demand and aggregate supply, on y-axis. This is income line passing through 45-degree. This is the aggregate demand. This is C plus I. If this is the level of full employment, here we can give name M. This is E. This E is the full employment equilibrium. Full employment equilibrium. At the full employment equilibrium, aggregate demand and aggregate supply both are equal. If suppose investment increases into the economy, let us see if investment increases. If government expenditure increases, if investment expenditure increases, if consumption expenditure increases, then certainly what will happen? This aggregate demand may rise. We can give the name. This is AD1, AD0, AD1, C plus I plus delta I. So corresponding to this AD1 is the actual aggregate demand. This is actual aggregate demand. Actual aggregate demand, and this is required aggregate demand. Required aggregate demand. Required aggregate demand. So let us see what is actual aggregate demand and what is aggregate. So for actual aggregate demand, we can draw a line. We can give the name. Suppose F. We can give the name. So actual aggregate demand is FM. Actual is FM. And required aggregate demand is EM. So the gap between this FM and EM is known as this gap. This gap is known as inflationary gap. So we can write inflationary gap. Inflationary gap is equal to, inflationary gap is the difference between actual aggregate demand and the aggregate demand required to attain the level of full employment. So inflationary gap is equal to actual aggregate demand minus required aggregate demand. So actual aggregate demand is FM. We can write FM. And required aggregate demand is EM. And the difference between these two is EF. This EF is known as inflationary gap. I have written EIG. IG means inflationary gap. And this inflationary gap is also equal to excess demand. This is also equal to excess demand. So this is called inflationary gap is equal to excess demand. Inflationary gap. Why do we call inflationary gap? So inflationary gap, we call inflationary gap because it leads to rise into the prices of the commodity. Economy is already at the level of full employment, and if economy demanded more the goods, more than the required, more than the required aggregate demand, then certainly it will lead to rise into the prices of the goods and services. That is why we call it inflationary gap. Inflationary gap means it leads to rise into the prices of the commodities. So question arises, what are the causes for the excess demands or inflationary gap? Let us see what are the causes for the inflationary gap. I think this is clear to all of you. This diagram is also clear. Let us see the causes. So causes for the causes. So causes, what are the causes for inflationary gap or the causes for the excess demand? The main causes for the excess demand is rise into the money supply. If the money supply into the economy increases, then certainly what will happen? The consumption demand increases. So one cause we can say rise in consumption demand. So increase in consumption. Demand is also equal to expenditure. We are knowing whenever we demand, we make the expenditure. So increase in consumption expenditure. Consumption expenditure increases because of rise into the disposable income. If the income of the people increases, then they will demand more and more goods and the aggregate demand will increase. The second cause is we can say increase in investment expenditure. If suppose the producers, they think that in near future the profitability will increase, then certainly what they will do? They will increase the investment. And if they think that the rate of interest in the market is low, so at the low rate of interest and if the future expectation to earn more profit, the investment expenditure increases. And whenever investment expenditure increases beyond the level of full employment, this may lead to the excess demand and this may lead to the inflationary gap into the economy. Third one is the government increase in the government expenditure. Government expenditure is of two types. One is developmental expenditure, another one is non-developmental expenditure. So non-developmental expenditure, if government increases the developmental expenditure, if the government has started distributing money by printing more and more notes into the economy, that may lead to the rise into the aggregate demand and the income of the people will increase. They will start buying more and more goods. When they will start buying more goods, it means the actual aggregate demand will be more than the required aggregate demand, and that may lead to the inflationary situation into the economy. So increase in government expenditure is also one of the causes for excess demand or the causes for inflationary gap into the economy. Another one is the increase in export. Increase in exports also. Sometimes what happens, there is the devaluation of currency of a country. If there is the devaluation of the currency of the country, then the foreigners, they found that the goods of that particular country is cheaper. When the foreigners found that the goods of that particular country is cheaper, they started buying the goods from that particular country, and the demand of the goods of that country increases. Whenever the demand becomes more than the supply, then certainly the price will go on and on. So another cause is we can say that in printing of we can say that increase in deficit financing. Increase in deficit financing. When as government has started printing more and more of the new notes and has started injecting into the economy, circulating into the economy, that will lead to the rise into the income of the people, and that may increase the aggregate demand. Another we can say, let us see, fall into the taxes also. Fall in the taxes. If the government has started reducing the rate of taxes, If the rate of taxes will decrease, the disposable income will increase. When disposable income will increase, the people, so the income will increase. When their income will increase, they will buy more and more goods. So I think these are the causes. Let us see what are the impact of the excess demand into the economy. Impacts of excess demand. Impact of excess demand. We have seen that economy has already attained the level of full employment. Impact of excess demand. We have already discussed that economy has already attained the level of full employment into the economy. It means all the available resources are utilized. It means there is no involuntary unemployment into the economy. It means those who are desirous to do the work, they have the job into the economy. So what happened? That employment will not increase. Employment in the economy will not increase, will remain constant. So because of excess demand, employment will not increase, it will remain constant. Number two, let us see the output. Output also, let us see in the economy, output also remain constant. Output will also not increase. So output also remain constant. And what will increase is the prices. Prices. So prices of the goods and services will increase. So will increase. So general price of the commodity will increase, and that will lead to the inflationary situation into the economy. And this is called inflation. So excess demand leads to inflation into the economy. Excess demand do not increase into the level of output and employment. Rather, it increases the prices of the goods into the economy. I think this concept is clear to all of you. Okay, thank you.